This is AC Starlord, aka Awesome. Welcome back to my channel. And this is, hold up. This is AC Starlord, aka Awesome. Welcome back to my channel. And this is um still the Halloween movie marathon. This is number 8 of the Halloween movie marathon, Sinners. I highly recommend you guys watch this movie and see it and watch it for this season. I still need to watch behind the scenes of this. It's on Movies Anywhere. I highly recommend you guys watch this for this Halloween movie for this Halloween season. Um, this is my annual Halloween movie marathon, and we finally made it to number 8, which is the horror section again. Sinners. This movie has vampires in it, but it's designed like it's these two guys smoke and stack, make a juke joint called Club Juke, and then bad things happen. There's also like little Sammy right here, Preacher's Boy, has a musical gift that brings music from all different from the future, the past, and all stuff like that. And then the vampires want Sammy because he doesn't want to be stuck here. The This guy doesn't want to be stuck here, but also the vampire, those three vampires almost take up the whole town. And also the meaning of this, like sinners, like people sin. Like the thing is, Sammy was going against what his father told him to. Like, hey, you gotta come here and worship with us on Sunday. No, I'd rather play late at night at the juke joint, um, smoke and stack. Stole from a bunch of different stole from a bunch of different gangs in Chicago. So that's a bad thing, right? That's kind of sinning. Stealing is bad. And then just the simple fact that there's vampires trying to take over your whole world and also doing bad things as well. That's kind of the whole thing. But I don't know how the meaning behind the title and everything, but I just know like this is just a good movie. And I mainly want to talk about the Blu-ray because I do need to do Blu update video, but I mainly want to talk about the Blu-ray. This movie right here goes from full screen to widescreen. Full screen to widescreen because there's some scenes that are IMAX and some scenes are like just regular Dolby widescreen. So when it goes to IMAX to regular, like you can see when the aka the vampire slash the devil comes in that one scene when they go to that those white people's house and knock on the door. That went from it went from widescreen to wide shot of like IMAX. There's certain scenes in this movie like when Sammy's playing it went from 2 bars up here to widescreen. So it has the different ratio of regular standard to IMAX in this movie. And it's really cool to see that those two things mix. And also in this movie, just the fact of the matter, it's also like you don't really know when the horror elements are coming in, but it's a horror movie nonetheless, because you have vampires taking over, trying to take over the town, trying to fellowship. But the most scary thing for me is them requoting the vampires quoting back the Lord's Supper when Sammy was talking about Sammy was trying to protect himself. It's like the vampires been around for so long, they know the Lord's Prayer and they use it against him, and that was the most scariest thing. Now, you think vampires, you think three vampires turn everyone to vampires is scary? Not really, not to me. I've seen a lot of vampire movies, and that's not really scary. The scary thing was them quoting scripture back. Because I mean, I am a Christ follower, but like, it's an interesting fact that even fictional characters, the vampires that been supposedly been around for centuries and years, know the scriptures, or know that scripture, and it's like daunting and scary when they use it at the very end. And of course, silver stakes, all that stuff, garlic. They use all that classic stuff. They even eat garlic, stab people through stakes, all that stuff. Even the vampire says, no matter guns, money, all that stuff, they're gonna come and take it for you. They're gonna come and take it from you. and this world is not for you, and we can have heaven, and then say, hey, the science field character, we can have heaven on earth on here. That is all true, but not from the perspective of the evil, not the bad guys, the evil bad guys. It is perspective of the truth that we are going to have heaven on earth, but not right now when Jesus comes back, but not from the point of view of what vampires say. But it is true that, yeah, with the vampire or slash devil in here, the main vampire is like, no matter how many guns and money and all stuff, they're going to take it from you. That's true. They can take it from you, but they're not going to treat you, the bad guys are not going to take it from us. Most likely God's power is going to take it from us. But again, this movie has a lot of elements to it, and the horror elements sit in here and there. But for me, like I said, quoting scripture back is the most scariest thing because why the bad guys know that? Why the bad people, like the vampires and the bad guys, know that? It's very, I get it. I do get it from a standpoint, biblical standpoint of understanding. But when someone grew up in the church trying to protect themselves and they use it against you, that's kind of scary in so many ways. So that's the most scary thing for me. Everything else is just typical stuff I've already seen in a horror movie, but this is a really good horror movie nonetheless. Now, if you're not looking for those elements, the scripture elements of repeating it back and forth, it's a good vampire movie as well. It's a classic kind of thing where vampires been around for a long time. They want to go back because Sammy has a good voice, and they're all attracted. These vampires are attracted to music. They want to go back to where they came, where their ancestors came from, or bring their ancestors back. And Sammy's the key of that, and that's what the main vampire wants. He's drawn to Sammy singing, and the rest of the guys are just trying to have fun in the juke joint, but they know that there's trouble ahead. So. It's a good movie. I highly recommend watching this year. It's been the eighth movie of the Halloween movie marathon horror section. The next horror movie is probably gonna be Monkey, but I might try to do a non-scary movie coming up next, and Tron Legacy to get ready for Tron Ares. But the next horror movie is going to be Monkey, but I haven't really decided if I'm going to do Monkey or Tron Legacy. I might try to watch Tron Legacy just because to catch up, but we'll see. If I don't, I'll just give you guys Tron Ares. But we will do Tron Legacy and Tron the original eventually on this channel too. And then eventually when it comes out on Blu-ray, Tron Ares, we'll do a whole trilogy thing. But anyways, check this out. Sinners is the eighth movie, a horror movie section, so check it out. If you like this video, put a like, comment, subscribe, and the notification bell, and deuces.